Yes. Good morning, friends. Once again, welcome back in Social Science live class for Standard 8. Okay, and as I told you yesterday's live class that from tomorrow onwards we are going to start with our revision in geography subject. Okay, so just because of some technical issues it took me some time to log in. Okay, so well, as all of you knows that your first online assessment will be starting from 21st of September. Okay, students. So I have already shared the syllabus with you. Okay, and we will be having two chapters in geography, okay, in our syllabus. Chapter 1 resources, and we have the second chapter land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resources. Okay, got it? So just without wasting much time, let us start with our revision. Okay, so today we are going to start with the revision from chapter 1. The name of the chapter is resources. Okay, so here we have the two important terms. One of the term is utility. Okay, now what is the meaning of utility? Am I audible, students? Am I audible? Am I audible? Are you able to listen my voice? Okay. So please someone WhatsApp to the remaining students that they should also live fast. Okay. So utility. Okay. Now utility means when when we are able to use anything, when we are able to use anything or object. Got it? So when we are able to use anything or object, okay, this usability, this usability of the object. So when we are able to use anything or object, this usability of the object, this usability of the object is utility. Okay, so there is one important term which is being given, that is what? Utility. Got it, beta? So what is utility? When we are able to use anything or object, जब हम किसी वस्तु को क्या यूज कर सकते हैं, उपयोग कर सकते हैं, then this usability of the object is known as what? फिर उस ऑब्जेक्ट की ये जो यूजेबिलिटी है, दिस इज नोन एज व्हाट? यूटिलिटी. ओके, जस्ट अ मिनट. Well, so utility is what? When we are able to use anything or object. This usability of the object is known as utility. उस ऑब्जेक्ट को जब हम क्या कर पा रहे हैं, यूज कर पा रहे हैं, तो दिस यूजेबिलिटी ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट इज नोन एज utility. Okay. Then one more term is there, and that is what? Value. Okay. Now what is the actual meaning of value? Value means वर्थ. ओके, वैल्यू मीन्स वर्थ. वो वस्तु या वो चीज हमारे लिए कितने क्या कीमत रखती है. सो दैट कीमत इज व्हाट? वैल्यू. ओके. नाउ इट मीन्स any object or thing, any object or thing which is useful for us. Any object or thing which is useful for us has value. कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट, कोई भी वस्तु यदि हमारे लिए क्या है? यूजफुल है. क्या है? यूजफुल. इट मीन्स दैट थिंग हैज वैल्यू. तो उस चीज की, उस वस्तु की क्या होगी बेटा? वैल्यू होगी. गॉट द लॉजिक ऑफ इट? सो एनीथिंग व्हिच इज यूजफुल फॉर अस, व्हिच कैन सेटिस्फाई आवर नीड, दैट इज useful for us, and so the thing has value. Now in case of value, some of the things have economical value. Some of the things have economical value. बहुत सारी चीजें ऐसी हैं जिनकी क्या होगी? इकोनॉमिकल वैल्यू. ओके. now economical value means we can compare these things. We can compare these things in terms of money. ठीक है. तो those things which have economical value, जिन चीजों की क्या होती है बेटा? इकोनॉमिकल वैल्यू, उनको आप इसके टर्म्स में कंपेयर करेंगे मनी की टर्म्स में. ठीक है. फॉर एग्जांपल माय मोबाइल फोन. ओके. नाउ इट हैज इकोनॉमिकल वैल्यू फॉर मी. इट हैज इकोनॉमिकल वैल्यू फॉर मी. ठीक है. इसकी मेरे लिए क्या है? इकोनॉमिकल वैल्यू है. इकोनॉमिकल वैल्यू क्यों है बेटा? क्योंकि मोबाइल फोन की कीमत को, मोबाइल फोन की वैल्यू को हम किसकी टर्म्स में? मनी की टर्म्स में कंसीडर कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. ये जो मोबाइल फोन है, मोबाइल फोन इज ऑफ हाउ मच रुपी? 10,000 रुपी और 5,000 रुपी और 15,000 रुपी. Got it? But if we talk about, okay, social values, ठीक है, और मे बी द वैल्यू इन टर्म्स ऑफ, वी कैन से एस्थेटिक. ठीक है. और वैल्यू इन टर्म्स ऑफ नेचुरल ब्यूटी. ठीक है. तो द थिंग्स मे नॉट हैव दैट मच वैल्यू. नेचुरल ब्यूटी है. Now it is also valuable for us, but we can't consider it in terms of money. हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि फॉरेस्ट बड़ा सुंदर है, हमारे कॉलोनी में जो गार्डन है वो बहुत सुंदर है और इसकी कॉस्ट इतनी है. ओके. सो द नेचुरल ब्यूटी can't be considered in terms of money. Okay, now these are the three terms that are the important terms given in our textbook on page number 1. Okay, now there is one more term. There is one more term that is given as, or that is given in our textbook. What is this term, beta? Patent. What is the term? Patent. Sorry. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of patent? It is an exclusive. It is an exclusive right. It is an exclusive right over any idea or thing. ठीक है? PATENT, patent. Now, patent is a technical term. Patent क्या है? Technical term है. This term is used for giving exclusive rights. Exclusive right का मतलब one single, यानी वो जो पर्टिकुलर आइडिया है या फिर कोई इन्वेंशन है या फिर कोई डिस्कवरी है, ठीक है, उस पर सिर्फ एक ही व्यक्ति का क्या होगा? अधिकार होगा. That is, the one single person has the right on that particular object or anything invented by that person or anything discovered by a person or any particular idea propagated by that person. Okay, that is known as patent. उसको क्या बोलते हैं बेटा? पेटेंट. अब पेटेंट में क्या होगा? फॉर एन एग्जाम्पल, है ना, राइट नाउ आई एम टीचिंग ऑल ऑफ यू ऑन दिस online mode. Okay, so right now I am using one of the screen on which I am able to look your comments. Okay, now what we call it? LED screen, है ना. मेरे पास अभी फिलहाल में जो स्क्रीन अवेलेबल है जिसके जरिए I am able to see you. Okay, this is what LED screen. The full form is light emitting diode. Okay, now पेड़ पे तो लगी नहीं थी. It is not grown on any tree. What happens? There is some person who has first invented this technology or this product. Got it? There is some person who has invented this technology or this product. Got it? Okay. So, the person who has invented this technology or this product now got patent. The person got patent for which? For LED screen. Getting the point of it? It means that now no company in the world is able to make LED screen without taking the permission from the person who owns the patent. क्योंकि उस व्यक्ति ने, उस साइंटिस्ट ने इस एलईडी स्क्रीन की टेक्नोलॉजी को डेवलप किया, एलईडी स्क्रीन का इन्वेंशन किया, इसलिए एलईडी स्क्रीन का उपयोग करने का अधिकार भी किसका है? उसका. अब वो अपने अधिकार को, अपने इस एक्सक्लूसिव राइट को क्या कर सकता है? किसी भी कंपनी को बेच सकता है. बेचने से सेंस कोई एक कंपनी जो है जब एलईडी स्क्रीन बना रही है, क्या बना रही है? एलईडी स्क्रीन। So whatever the profit is earned by that company on selling the LED screen, that profit goes to the person who owns the patent. उसमें से कुछ हिस्सा उस व्यक्ति को भी पैसे के रूप में मिलेगा जिसके पास क्या है बेटा? उस प्रोडक्ट का पेटेंट है। Got it? Okay. So these are the few things or the topics that we are supposed to discuss. Now the next thing, which is the most important thing in our syllabus, is what? The types of resources. Okay. Types of resources. Okay. Now this is what one of the most important topic given in our textbook, given in our syllabus. Okay. Now resources can be classified on three categories. The first category is what beta? Natural resources. Resources can be classified into three categories. Okay, what are these categories beta? The first category is natural resources. Which resources beta? Natural resources. Okay, then the second category is human made resources. Okay, and the third category is human resources itself. Okay, now these are the three broad categories. तीन बिग कैटेगरी है जिसमें we can divide the resources. Okay, the resources can be divided into three broad categories. What are these three broad categories beta? Natural resources, second is human made resources, and third is human resource. Now it is my observation from the past classes that number of students got confused between the human made resources and human resources. Okay, now Om Kale, what is it? BOARD. Om Kale, what have you written? BOARD board. Are you facing any problem on looking board? Okay, now, so the students got confused. What is the difference between human resources and human made? Beta, when we talk about human made resources, it means all the objects or the thing which are made by the human beings. For an example, if we talk about this duster, now it is not naturally occurred or grown in the nature. ये डस्टर एक प्रोडक्ट है, ये नेचर में अपने आप ग्रो नहीं हुआ. ओके, इट डिज नॉट ऑकर. व्हाट हैपेंड? The human being made it. So anything which is made by the human being, anything which is made by the human being, okay, any object. Now what type of object? The mobile phone on which you are currently attending your live classes, okay, the house in which you are living, okay, the air conditioners which you are using for cooling your house. These objects are what? human made resources. Now, human resources, the human being themselves. Now we are not talking about any object. We are talking about human being themselves. Okay, so the human beings which are providing the different services, which are doing the different type of work or jobs for the people. Human beings themselves are considered here as a human resources. Okay? Human beings themselves are the human resources. For example, if we talk about human made resource, okay? So what is human made resource? Mobile phone. Okay. What is human made resource? Okay. Maybe a house or a building. What is human made resource? Radio. Got it? But when we are talking about human resources, so human resources are the human being themselves, which are useful for the society. Those human beings which fulfill the needs of the people, needs of the society, they are considered as a human resource. For example, the doctors. The doctors are human resources. Okay, teacher. So teachers are human resources. Okay, painter, driver. All these are what? All these are human resources. Okay, that is the basic difference between yes, nurse. Example comes from the house. So the human made resources are mobile, house, radio. Now these are all the objects, non-living things. Likewise, human resources, a human being themselves. Got it? So these are what? Which are the three broad categories. These are the three broad categories of resources. Got it? Okay. Now, one by one, we will discuss again the further classification of these resources. Got it? So now, let us first start discussing on natural resource. Okay. So the resources can be classified into three broad categories. In case of the first category, natural resources. Okay. Now, these can be classified. These can be classified into many subcategories. That is, natural resources can be classified into many subcategories based on different criteria. Okay. Natural resources can be classified into many subcategories. Okay. The way we saw the classification of resources into how many categories? Beta? Three categories. In the same manner, the natural resources again can be classified into many subcategories. Okay. Got it? So we'll discuss one by one all these sub categories. Okay. Now, so classification, the first classification of the natural resources is on the basis of level of development. It is on the basis of level of development. Okay, now level of development means how much the resource is developed by the human being so that the resources can be used. ठीक है? On the basis of level of development, तो level of development के बेस पर जब हम रिसोर्सेज का क्लासिफिकेशन करेंगे, स्टडी करेंगे, तो इसमें बेसिकली किस चीज पर ध्यान दिया जाता है कि वो जो रिसोर्सेज है उसको कितना हमने मीन्स ह्यूमन बीइंग ने, how much the human being has developed the resources so as to use the resources up to optimum level. रिसोर्सेज को हमने कितना डेवलप किया है ताकि वो जो रिसोर्सेज हैं उनको हम क्या कर सकें, सही तरीके से यूज कर सकें. ठीक. तो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ व्हाट इज द फर्स्ट क्राइटेरिया बेटा? The first criteria is level of development. On the basis of level of development, the resources can be classified into two categories. किस बेस पर? On the basis of level of development. On what basis? On the basis of level of development. Resources can be classified into two categories. Actual resources. Okay, which category beta? Actual resource. Okay, now what are actual resources? These are the natural resources. These are the natural resources. These are the natural resources which are technically developed, and we are able to use them optimally. Okay, now, so what are actual resources? What are actual resources? So these are the natural resources which are technically डेवलप. ऐसे रिसोर्सेज जिनको हमने टेक्निकली पूरी तरीके से पर्याप्त मात्रा में क्या कर चुके हैं, डेवलप कर चुके हैं. इट मींस उस रिसोर्सेज को यूज करने के लिए, यूटिलाइज करने के लिए जो भी टेक्नोलॉजी हमें चाहिए, जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, जो व्यवस्था चाहिए, एवरीथिंग वी हैव डेवलप्ड. Okay, now when everything is developed, that is technically development was done, and what happens? We are able to use them optimally. Okay, हम लोग उसको क्या कर सकते हैं, optimally, पर्याप्त जरूरत के हिसाब से यूज कर सकते हैं. यानी जितनी हमें आवश्यकता है उसका हम सही तरीके से क्या कर रहे हैं, उपयोग कर रहे हैं. That is the condition of what? Actual resources. Now, contrast to this, Contrast to this मतलब actual resources से उल्टा. The second category is what? Potential resources. These are what? Potential resources. Okay. Now potential resources means these resources can be useful. These resources can be useful in future if we will be able to, if we will be able to develop technology. Okay. For example, if we are talking about the fuel, okay, now we are taking the example in case of actual resources, and then we take an example in case of potential resource. Okay, beta. Now, so if we talk about the fuel for a car, we talk about the fuel for a car or automobiles. Okay, please listen. Just the last 5 minutes. If we talk about a fuel for automobiles, we talk about fuel for automobiles. यदि हम किसके बारे में बात करें, we talk about fuel for automobiles. यदि हम ऑटोमोबाइल्स के लिए फ्यूल के बारे में डिस्कस करें, ठीक है. सो राइट नाउ वी आर हैविंग द फ्यूल पेट्रोल एंड डीजल, है ना. अभी हमारे पास में ऑटोमोबाइल्स के लिए क्या है, फ्यूल है. एंड व्हाट और विच फ्यूल आर वी यूजिंग फॉर द ऑटोमोबाइल्स बेटा, पेट्रोल एंड डीजल, ठीक है. नाउ so petrol and diesel are the resources because they are useful for us, we are using it. Now petrol and diesel are actual resources. Petrol and diesel are actual resources. Why? Because the human being has developed the sufficient technology, human being has developed sufficient infrastructure so as to use petrol and diesel as a fuel for optimum level. ठीक है, हमारे पास में वो टेक्नोलॉजी अवेलेबल है, वो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, वो सारी व्यवस्थाएं अवेलेबल है थ्रू विच वी आर एबल टू यूज पेट्रोल एंड डीजल एज ए रिसोर्स. ठीक है. नाउ टॉक अबाउट हाइड्रोजन गैस. ठीक है. Now the scientists are currently try to develop such a technology through which instead of petrol and diesel, the hydrogen gas can be used as a fuel for automobile. ठीक है. साइंटिस्ट क्या कर रहे हैं, अभी ऐसी टेक्नोलॉजी ढूंढने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, ऐसी टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलप करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं जिसके जरिए पेट्रोल और डीजल के बजाय कार में एज ए फ्यूल हम क्या यूज कर पाएंगे, हाइड्रोजन गैस. ठीक है. नाउ राइट नाउ दैट टेक्नोलॉजी इज नॉट प्रॉपरली अवेलेबल. कोशिश कर रहे हैं एक्सपेरिमेंटल तौर पे. They did some experiment, they were able to run the car with hydrogen fuel, but again the technology is not that much developed. इतनी डेवलप नहीं हुई है कि सभी लोगों के लिए वी कैन यूज हाइड्रोजन गैस एज ए फ्यूल। ठीक है, अभी वो एक्सपेरिमेंट की कंडीशन में, बट जो अभी तक का डाटा मिला है, अभी तक के जो एक्सपेरिमेंट हैं वो ये शो करते हैं कि यस, हाइड्रोजन गैस कैन बी यूज्ड एज ए फ्यूल, बट राइट नाउ वी डोंट हैव टेक्नोलॉजी। ये जानकारी तो है कि हाइड्रोजन गैस को एज ए फ्यूल यूज किया जा सकता है, पर ऑटोमोबाइल में कहां पर, ऑटोमोबाइल में कैसे यूज करेंगे, इस टाइप का कोई इंजन या टेक्नोलॉजी अभी तक कंप्लीट डेवलप नहीं हुई। इट इज स्टिल अंडर ए एक्सपेरिमेंटल कंडीशन। सो इस टाइप से जब सिचुएशन होगी, देन द रिसोर्स कैन बी कंसीडर्ड एज ए पोटेंशियल रिसोर्स। उस कंडीशन में रिसोर्स को क्या कहेंगे बेटा, पोटेंशियल रिसोर्स। माधव, माधव कुंडू, delete your comment. Got it beta? So the time is just crossing more than 10:10, and maybe the new teacher is supposed to come in this class, so rest of the things we'll discuss in tomorrow's session. Okay, thank you students, thanks.